that. Let me take you to McDonald's, I know you like it. Let me take you to McDonald's, money in my pocket. Let me take you to McDonald's, take you to McDonald's. Let me take you to McDonald's, take you to McDonald's. Let me take you to McDonald's.
Yo, you already know who it is, man. It's your boy Bangz once again. I thought it would be a good idea to let you know where I started, where I was born, where I come from, and how I've been through my journey. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this has been a long, long ass journey, man. So, yeah, I go by the name Bangz, as you already know. And I was born in Sudan, North Khartoum. You know what I'm saying? If you know where Sudan is, and if you don't know, it's in North Africa. You know what I'm saying? Northeast Africa, sorry, it's in Northeast Africa. That's where I was born. And at that time, you know what I'm saying, I was born there and in a place called Dorishap, like in a small place called Dorishap. That's where I was born in. And by the age of 3, I still remember, I still got good memories though. By the age of 3, I remember me and my cousin, we used to go outside. We used to go outside. We just used to sit next to the road. Yeah, like we see the cars going and coming. At that time it was busy. So one day it was raining so badly, and then we ran all the way to our house. You know what I'm saying? We ran inside the room. It's like the rain was so badly. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't rain like here that it just rain a bit and then stop. Like the rain was so heavily. You know what I'm saying? So it's like someone pouring water in our face or pouring water in our head, man. So it was so heavily. You know what I'm saying? So we ran inside, and then we just looking to the water through the door, man. Like we see the water was going everywhere, everywhere. So yeah, at that time I was 3 years old. So me and my cousin, we were like, at that time like we're like two families living in one house. So yeah, that's when I was 3 years old. And then at the age of 4 or at the age of 5, then I remember like we moved to another place called Dar es Salaam. That's where a small place in North Khartoum called Dar es Salaam. So yeah, the way we were living is like another couple of hours from where we left. You know what I'm saying? So we left to a place called Dar es Salaam. So I remember at that time when the first time we come to the place, we packed our stuff into a big truck. You know what I'm saying? The truck was open, like open truck. It's not like a closed truck. It was open truck. We put everything, like we put the furnitures and we put like everything inside that truck. And most of us were like standing in the truck. And yeah, so we were going with the road. You know what I'm saying? We going on the road, and then we came to a new place. You know what I'm saying? We came to a new place called Dar es Salaam. We were there. You know what I'm saying? So I was there for like since 19, yeah, I was born 1990 and 1993. So since, I was there 1993 until 2001, you know what I'm saying? 1993 until 2001. So at that time, so I was 5 years old. I remember when Bill Clinton was the president of the United States. Yeah, I remember I still know Tupac at that time at the age of 5. I still know Bob Marley. I still know Michael Jackson. We used to play their music back then in Africa, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was young back then. So, at the age of 5, when we came to a new place, we put all our stuff down, and then I never, ever, ever imagined that you just come to a place and then you see people that they're everywhere, and then it's like automatically you see people that closer to you, automatically that you see your cousin, automatically that you see your friends, automatically that you see your neighbors all around the place. It's like people are so friendly, people are so nice, people are so, like, I can't even imagine, man. Like every morning you get up, you see people around you. They tell you, hey, good morning, hey, how are you, hey, how was your day, oh, you know what I'm saying? And then you see other guys, other boys, other young boys like me were running around the street every morning. We're coming down, we're just having fun. It's like at that time we play with a lot of toys. There was nothing called technology. There was nothing called mobile phones. There was nothing called like nothing. Everything was just used to be everything used to be physically. You know what I'm saying? So we play with toys, and we used to be outside every day. We outside like The only time we inside the house is when our mom call us that we come and eat, or when we just come to sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's when we inside the house. But most of the time we outside of the house, man. Like life was so amazing. Life was so nice. I remember that like a couple of streets, the my cousins who were living like in a couple of streets away, is like from first house until the sixth house, all of them, all of them are related to me. It's like all of them related to me on in line, like the all in line they are related to me. I'm like, damn, you know, that was so amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's like just, you know. And then my friends living on the other side, my other friend living on the other streets. You know what I'm saying? I still remember their names. Most of them like called Al Rashid, Nazir. You know, there is Abdurrahim. You know, so there is Adija, there is Ajag, and there is Nuat. So I remember a couple of names, man. I still remember them. You know what I'm saying? So most of them, you know, they passed away, and most of them they're alive right now. So most of them they're still back in Africa, back in Sudan. If I go to them right now, I will still remember. I will still remember what we used to do when we were young, how we used to live, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it was the best life that I ever lived, you know what I'm saying? It was the best life that I ever lived back then, man. Life was so amazing, man. It's just the best experience that I ever had, you know what I'm saying? We used to be outdoor, like everything we used to do, we used to be us together. Like most of the time, I remember when we used to sit down, like 10 of us, or more than 10, or sometimes less than 10. We sit like every night, like around 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., you know, 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., you know, sometime in the morning when we don't have school, we just sit down sit down by the wall and then telling stories, you know. And then at nighttime, like when at that time there was no electricity too, you know what I'm saying? So we just sitting by the wall, like at nighttime, telling a story to our friends. You know, at that time I was 6. Yeah, I think I was 6. Yeah, I was 6 years old at that time. So I still remember, you know, when we used to tell stories to our friends, and we used to laugh so badly, and yeah, we used to play, and then like I don't know what's that game called, but I remember that we used to play a game called Shilel, that you have to have a bond, like I don't know, a bond, like either could be any bond, you know what I'm saying, could be any animal bond, you know. So and then we throw it at night, and then like with 10 of us, we have to go look for that bond, you know what I'm saying. So at that time, like the moon is outside, and then we have to go look into that bond, and then if you find that bond, man, you grab it and you run. You know what I'm saying? You run. Everybody run after you. You know, everybody want to grab that bone too. You know, so you have to grab it and run, and then go to the first place that where it was. Then you know you become the first. You know what I'm saying? Or otherwise, if you grab it and tell everybody, oh, I got it, everybody will grab it from you, and then you lost. You know, so we used to create our own games. You know what I'm saying? So life was so amazing, man. I experienced that was the best life I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Since 1990 until 2001. You know what I'm saying? That could be like 11 years of my life that I ever lived. And I still remember. If I can go back to Sudan right now, I can still remember the house that I was in a place called Dar es Salaam. I still remember that. So life was the best at that time. Like we never worried about anything, you know what I'm saying? Because you got your neighbors, you got your friends, you got your cousins, you got your aunties, you got people everywhere around you, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can see a random person in the street, tell, hey, what's up? It's like, hey, how are you? Good, yeah, that's, you know. So we're so friendly, you know what I'm saying? So life was so good, and everything was just so amazing. So by the age of 7, you know what I'm saying, that was 1997. By the age of 7, you know, I remember going to school at that time when every morning we have to wait, you know what I'm saying? Every morning we with our backpack, you know, every morning with our backpack and with our books, I have to go and wait for my other cousins and wait for my other friends to come, and then we walk to school like 20 minutes to 25 minutes. We used to walk to school every day. Every morning we have to walk to school. Like the good things is we walk like 10 of us, 10 or 15 of us, we walk there. So life was so good. We walk to school and come back again by walk. We go by walk, we come back by walk. We jog in the street, we have fun, we run around. And then as soon as we're home, man, we put our bag away, and then we go back to the streets again, and then we play soccer. Most of them play like create our own games, you know what I'm saying? So life was so amazing, man. I just can't imagine that, man. At that time I was 7. I can just can't imagine being at 7 living in that life, man. How it was being at 7 living in that life. There was no technology. There was no something called mobile phone. There was no something called none of that. So yeah, man. So I'm excited, to tell you guys about my life, about my journey, how I made it until I'm here today. So bear with me. It's my first time doing it. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Bangz. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.